Hey amazing hackers, this episode is sponsored by the Cybersecurity Hat, the ultimate hacking platform where you can learn in a fun and a practical way using exclusive frameworks that unlock amazing possibilities. In the description of this video, you will find all details for my special code on the Cybersecurity Hacked products. Just use R19 at checkout and enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of R19.io podcast. Today I'm very excited and honored to welcome one of the most recognized names in cybersecurity worldwide, Dr. Erdal Ozkaya. He is Chief Information Security Officer, author, educator, and a global thought leader. Dr. Erdal, it's a truly pleasure to have you here today. Please introduce yourself to everyone here.
You did already. Thank you very much, first of all, for having me in, dear Milton. As you said, I try to be part of the community while I work as CISO as a professional. I try to ensure that we are part of a great community because I truly believe we can only defeat cyber criminals if we work together. People like you, all about the world, like you are right now in Brazil, I am in New York, but we are part of this great community that we work together because we are better and work together.
Yeah, it's really sure. This is just a note. I'm from Brazil, but I live in Portugal right now. I live in Lisbon. Yeah.
In Lisbon, I was in Lisbon a few years ago for Microsoft for visiting some customers. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I love how the Jesus Christ statue looks to Brazil.
Exactly.
You speak the same language. It's not that foreign for you, except the little ocean in between.
Exactly, for sure.
Ocean.
Yeah, exactly. This state. It's here in Lisbon, and when you pass to the I forget exactly. When you go there, you can see the same the Chris state.
I know.
It's really
Brazilian. It's on my to-do list, but I know what you mean. Lisbon. I was really impressed when I first saw it.
For sure, and really thank you for that. And okay, I have really many questions for you here. You have more than 25 years of experience in technology and cybersecurity. And could you take us back to the beginning of your journey? How did you first get into this field?
There was no cybersecurity back then. It was formatting computers. You have a virus, format. It was sort of security. I started, as you said, when I was 15, 16. And to be honest, back then, security was not a real concern. Probably you will not remember that, but I remember my first Hotmail password had 1 digit. Not joking. 1 digit. E. Then they made it 2. Then I remember when we started, being curious, looking at the network. Let me tell you my story. I was an average student all my life. This was also published in Pentest magazine years ago. But in Germany, when they started to use computers, this is, early 90s, I found out that, hey, if you do $, this and that, a couple of stuff, that you can connect to teachers' computers. And then I was able to see the exam questions. Then I started to memorize them, come back to the next day to the exam, get 100 out of it. When you are a student which gets 70, 65, suddenly you jump to 100, and in the class you are still 70 student, it took attention of the teachers. And this was my first hacking incident, to be very honest.
Oh my goodness.
And again, this back then it wasn't even called hacking. We used to send echo messages, open CD-ROMs, lock the mouse, turn the screen over. Then it started to become more and more serious. And of course, over the time, it evolved from being the format guy to IT security, information security, then cybersecurity. So it was a long journey. But when I look back, honestly, it is like yesterday. Great journey.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to hackers, if you ask me. Why? Because with them, our job became important. It's like most of the time, people, they don't like police. Oh, police, I don't want to get involved. But when they're in danger, first thing they do is call the police, right? First thing they do, call police. And when the police help them, they understand how important police's role is. And when it comes to cybersecurity, that's exactly your role, dear Milton. When people are in danger, when they lose, like if I ask you, for example, do you have money? Of course, yes. Do you tell me how much money you have in your bank account? You don't want to tell me that.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah.
But a hacker is, just as you know, a hacker is gonna use some techniques to steal this information, and I just turned off my Mac. It's
fine.
ringing.
It's fine. Take your time.
The hacker is gonna use various methods to take this information out and share it across, and this made us, the defenders, more important. I hope this answers your question. So from being the format guy, we became the first guy to get called in when danger happens.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. You have really a beautiful story behind the scenes, like I say, and you found and built your own IT cybersecurity business, which was
Correct.
later acquired. It's right. How did experience shape your perspective on security today? Because when you have experience to have your own business, you have another perspective.
Exactly.
You have another experience, and let me know what this have been changed in your mind, and how you basically see cybersecurity today.
You're absolutely right. You did your homework great. Just to let everybody know, we didn't share any questions before. First time I'm hearing the question together with you. So Milton is doing a great job. So look, when you today look at CISO or CIO or CTO roles, one of the keywords is being business acumen. So you have to understand business to be able to secure the business. And you're right. I think I built my first company when I moved to Australia in 2000, early 2000. I mean, 2001, I started to sell computers. It was the boom of computers. Then everybody started to sell computers. I started to build networks. Then everybody started to build networks. I started to give training. Of course, I started with NT4, earlier 2000, NT3.5, NT4, Windows 2000, then Windows Infrastructure Security, then CEH, then SANS, then all other certification came through. And when I built my business, honestly, when I started doing training, when cybersecurity was new, it created a boom as well. I started to help Microsoft. I was contracted by Microsoft, EC Council. I started to have customers like NATO, like United Nations. I started to fly to all these countries within Asia, within Australia. So it took me to a different world. And yes, today, if you ask me, I sold my business, as you said. If I'm a good CISO, and why I can tell I'm a good CISO, I mean, beside my awards, I work in a large cybersecurity firm as a CISO. One of the largest banks in the world as a CISO. One of the vulnerability companies, like Secunia, I work as a CISO. So being a track, being multiple CISOs, sort of tells at least that I'm not doing bad. And honestly, being a business owner, and I wasn't a multi-billionaire, right? I was a small business owner, but knowing how to manage people, knowing how to manage budget, knowing when to buy. Like everybody wants a Ferrari. Let me give you an example. What is the best car for you, Milton?
Maybe.
I'm giving you for free.
Okay.
The best car. No budget.
To me, probably
no
it's
budget.
a Porsche. It's a Porsche. It's a Porsche.
GT4
yeah, Porsche.
RS.
Okay.
All right,
911. Yeah, 911. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the RS one, I give
Yeah,
the top of top.
yeah,
But
it's my opinion,
I'm
okay?
gonna give you the car for free with one condition. You are
Okay.
responsible of maintenance cost.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
gonna drive the car in a desert.
Oh my, yeah, this
You don't
is
want it, right? Because having a Porsche in a desert, especially when you, even it's free, when you're gonna buy the maintenance, if you're gonna do it,
yeah.
it's not the right tool, right? So
Yeah.
knowing that, hey, I need a car, yes, everybody wants a Porsche, but first you get happy with your bicycle, then motorcycle. Then
Yeah.
my first car, for example, was 200,000 kilometers Toyota Camry. My second car was 100,000 kilometers Toyota Camry. Then my third car was a Holden. Holden is like a Opel. Then my fourth car was a
Mhm.
brand new Mercedes. Fifth car was
Mhm.
another AMG. Now I'm driving E53 AMG, the latest version. What I'm trying to say is
Okay.
knowing how to manage budget, knowing how to hire the right people, how to invest in the right opportunity, helped me, after I sold the business, helped me to use the skills to be a better CISO, to be a great president of Global CISO Forum, which is at LinkedIn, which has
Mhm.
more than 6,000, 7,000
Yeah, yeah.
followers.
Yeah.
This helped me to shape it up. And this helped me to learn how to use the money. The best way to learn business, says Steve Jobs, is not going
Mhm.
doing masters,
Exactly.
MBA. Go open a business for 3 months. This was in Steve Jobs' book.
Mhm. Yeah.
Own a business and run it for 3 months. This is equivalent for having an MBA. He said it once. You know what I mean? And I totally agree.
Yeah.
Running a business helps you understand how to own, like as a CISO at the moment in the university, for example, or
Mhm.
earlier in a cybersecurity company in the bank. I was not the owner of the bank, but I managed the budget as if it was my own money, and
Okay.
I hired the talents as if I was hiring for my own company. Which, with this mindset, it helped me just to become more and more successful. Thanks God.
Yeah, this is really, really amazing and really insightful. And okay, by the way, you have lead security strategies for banks, governments, and the global tech leads. What has been the biggest challenge in align security with business goal in such diverse environments? Because you really have a big challenge. This is like you said, it's really really hard. This is not put a hat and say, okay, I am a CISO. You have a big responsibility behind. And what has been the biggest challenge in the line? Like I said, security with business goals with many environments.
The answer is simple. Let's say I'm a heart surgeon. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look, doesn't matter if you're black, blonde, short, tall, uh, Jew, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, atheist. Your heart is 99.9% around in the same place, right? Unless you have a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say I'm a brain surgeon. 100% of the time, if you have a brain, it
Mm-hmm.
is inside here. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter which color you are, what you know, what you don't know, right? The
Yeah.
same applies to cybersecurity. Look, at the end, this was one of my interview questions. Like, you never worked for a financial institution. Why should we hire you? I'm like, do you use TCP/IP? They're like, yes. I'm like, at the end, everything is within this OSI layer, and data link, whatever. But everything, all the action happens within these 7 layers, and I know this very well. I have
Yeah.
written books about it. And yes, I don't know FSI when I first joined the bank. Yes, I really don't know FSI, financial institutions, well, but this is going to be my first task. First 30 days, I'm going to learn what banking is. Of course, you and I know what banking is. We know what a credit card is. We know how to transfer money. But honestly, I didn't know how banking was working. So somehow I convinced him. First 30 days, I started to learn how the business really works. And then
Yeah.
I use my cybersecurity skills to protect those business. Same thing applies. When I first joined this university as security advisor, right now, my current job, honestly, that's how I learned it. Yes, I have a PhD. I worked in universities as a professor, like Yuri, for example, our common friend. I taught classes, but I never worked as CISO in a university. But at the end, they use TCP/IP. They use Windows, Linux, or whatever operating system they have.
Yeah.
They have mobile phones. They have doesn't matter if it's I have all the, doesn't matter if it's Google, Apple.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Mac or Windows. I try to
me
have
too.
all this.
Exactly.
At the end, the methodology is same. Once you understand that, all what you have to do is use the right aspect. And I said OSI level 7. No, like you have many certifications which you are proud of, but I always say OSI layer has 8 layers, and the 8th layer is the most dangerous layer. As Bruce Schneider said, everybody can hack computers. That's child play.
Yeah.
Hacking humans is a professional's job, and I have what's called social engineering. Honestly, it's all about negotiation. What do I mean with negotiation? I'm not just meaning shopping. At the moment, how did you invite me? You looked at my CV, you looked at, someone has recommended me, then you looked at my LinkedIn, I'm like, yeah, this guy is worth. So my LinkedIn, my online presence has tell you something that I'm a good guest. Hopefully so far I am. Or same thing, when you send me this, I'm like, is this spam? Remember our first interaction? I quickly searched what you were doing, your guest. I'm like, yeah, this is good. It's worth to spend time. Same thing applies into what you ask. I will definitely look which bank, what do they have, or which cybersecurity firm, who is the CEO, what is my budget, what is my team, how I'm going to work with it. Putting all this together, it's like being a good chef.
Yeah.
I can give you the same ingredients as McDonald's, for example. It doesn't mean you're going to build, just an example, right? You cannot build the same burger because they have the secret sauce, or like, there are so many companies, they sell Coca-Cola, but the taste in Pepsi and Coca-Cola is different. I'm not saying you like it or not. Sometimes you need a good chef to have the right ingredients in the right order. And this is our job, my friend. Everybody knows what cybersecurity is. Everybody knows what IT is. And unfortunately, the younger generation, you are teaching classes as well. When I go to classes, when I used to teach classes, I knew there's always, or when I speak in conferences, I know I'm not the smartest person in the room. Yes, I have 20 plus books. Yes, I speak in all these black hats, ignites, you name it, hacker holders. But no, I know, as long as I know that I don't know enough, I know that you might know more than I do, then we can, if I share what I know the best and learn from you what you know the best, then we can build the best security strategy. Coming back to your question. And this is how I build strategy. Knowing my assets, everybody is going to tell you, know your assets, know your risk. But is it really so easy to know your assets?
Okay.
I used to work for Microsoft. We used to recommend, hey, like for example, upgrade to Windows 11. It's easy to say, but what if I don't have a TPM chip in my Windows? Or what if I run a multi-million operation on an app which only runs on Windows 10? Just an example. By the way, it happened. When I was working at Microsoft, we were recommending upgrading from Windows 7. The guy called me and said, look, I have this application which runs Navy ships. How am I going to upgrade? It's not compatible. How am I going to upgrade? You cannot just say upgrade, right? So me understanding this, trying to find the right solution is what is going to make you successful in cybersecurity. Yes, certifications is really important. Yes, education is really important. Yes, learning from each other really is important. But it's like, if you don't know how, like the chef, how to cook in the right order, then the food is not going to be tasty.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and was another time really insightful. I really appreciate it, and thank you for that. And leverage this topic. One of your key roles is to translate basically technical risks into strategic business language for boards and executives. What's the secret to communicating cybersecurity effectively at that level? Because I I mean that it's not a easy task, because
Yes,
when you go to a C level, you have another. It's
they
another
are
really
great in
really another
business.
level. Yeah,
They are great
exactly.
in business. I'm going to give you a real life example. Solovins. Remember the
Hmm.
Solovins attack?
Yeah, for sure.
Which even FireEye was hacked, a great cybersecurity company, via supply chain attack. And
Hmm.
the CEO was a great man. He made that Solovins company multi-billion-dollar company.
Hmm.
Uh, but he didn't empower his CISO to enforce strong password policy. And as a
Hmm.
result, they had the supply chain attack. And do you know what the Solovins password was when they get hacked? Just guess. If you're gonna guess it right,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yes.
Solovins 1, 2, 3. Now,
Um.
if you as CISO as CEO don't empower a CISO to enforce your passwords, what can the CISO do? So it's my job as CISO to tell the truth. It's like there is one common thing between dead and stupid. You know what it is? Being dead and stupid. One common thing.
Yeah. I really.
Let me tell you what
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because
Let
it's a
me.
joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Explain
when
it
you're
because.
dead, you will not know about it.
Yeah.
Everybody will know that you are dead, but you will not know you are passed away. Same
Yeah.
applies when you're stupid. You
Mm-hmm.
will not know that you are stupid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
When it comes to cybersecurity, you having all the certificates, all this education, all this experience is really useless if you stand in front of the board and don't speak their language. If you
Yeah.
say, I have hackers and they're going to hack us, we have 2,000 vulnerabilities, and the attack vector is CV2913, I made up. And the attack vector they use by Lockbit, they use this ransomware variant, which does
It's
this.
really.
You are lost already. Instead, you're gonna it depends on what the business is. In a bank, you're gonna talk, hey, these days it's easier. I used to say, just imagine we are just imagine this is let me get the
Mm-hmm.
newspaper. I don't have a newspaper here.
Yeah.
Lisbon News. Just
Okay.
imagine your company here. You are hacked. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I could tell that. You cannot tell the board, but if we mention the risks, putting this um, into the business, how it's going to affect the shareholders, how it's going to affect the trust for the customers, how it's going to affect the the upcoming events, then you can, once you speak their language, then they're going
Yeah.
to listen to you. And giving the right example. I mean, I wish I could tell that, hey, you know what? If you don't do this is going to happen. But remember, I said it a few minutes ago, negotiation. You should
Yeah.
be able to negotiate what you know and give it. It's like a seller. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to buy something, sometimes you go to buy 1 pen, but at the end you become 2 pens, and you will call, hey, I didn't need 2 pens. Or when you go to, say, shopping center, when you buy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
groceries, they have the
Yeah.
little things right in front of the cashier. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're little kids, I want this, mommy, daddy, give it
Yeah.
to your mom.
This
I
is a
want this,
strategy.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the selling tactics. Same things
Mm-hmm.
apply for you as a C-level, CIO, CISO, whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
You should use the same techniques in a business language to take their attention. And then
Yeah.
if you put this in return of investment, there is
Mm-hmm.
no board who's not going to listen to you. Uh,
Yeah.
it's, as I said,
This really make a difference. Yeah, you basically touch in one thing that many CISOs, yes, many CISOs, yeah, try to do things that okay, try to basically don't bring this tactics, this language to C levels, and the most part of that usually don't have success because of that. Yeah, and basically you touch in really in a point that many CISOs needed to have this basically this whole list and try to use this approach to basically gain confidence, gain attention, because when you don't have, for example, any tasks, anybody else, you just okay, right now happen one incident and you need to do whatever, and the CIO look for you and say, bro, please go back home. Yeah, this
The
is
CIO is different challenge. You're 100% right. For them,
yeah,
once you
yeah,
build an application, it has to be, like project manager. I'm building the building. Yes, there's some issues. Fix it as soon as possible and make sure we finish on time. But for me, I have to ensure that in case of earthquake, the building doesn't collapse. Again, I'm gonna start with convincing the CIO. And sometimes it's really important to have a proper CIO as a manager, or sometimes it's really important to not to report to the CIO because of this reason. If the CIO is cybersecurity minded, then no problem. If not, it's not going to work together. And I totally agree how you summarize it. It is really important to, it's like, let's say I'm ugly and fat. Will you tell me that, hey, Erdal, you're ugly and fat? I mean, in a courtesy, you should not tell me this, right? Even though I am ugly and fat. But instead, you might say, hey, you know what? Look, I know a great aesthetic surgeon which can help you make your nose better. Or, hey, you know what? You should start gym because being overweighted can bring some diseases, in a different way that you could take the attention. And this is usually how I say, I am not good in sales. Otherwise, I would be CEO. But they are also not good in cybersecurity. Otherwise, they wouldn't hire me. If we speak the same language, like if you start speaking to me Portuguese, kannst du Deutsch sprechen? Kannst du mich verstehen? Ja, nein?
Yeah.
Nein? Du kannst mich nicht verstehen? See, if you don't speak the same language, this podcast is not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to align. Look, neither you or I speak perfect English. You have an accent, I have an accent, right? But we slow down. We have that little weird accent. I have it as well. But then we speak a bit slower and we speak the same cybersecurity language, which hopefully is going to make this podcast successful.
Yeah,
that
for
make
sure,
sense?
for sure. Yeah, for sure, makes
And
sense.
now
Yes.
put it in the board. You know that person doesn't understand cybersecurity.
Yeah, this
He or
is
she
really
knows
a
that
great
you don't
insight.
understand business. All right.
Yeah, and
hire
at the
someone
end,
smarter
at the end, you need to look to the business. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
If you don't understand the business, you cannot be a good CTO or CIO or CISO.
C-level. Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
You cannot be any C-level. You're right. Like you cannot be even COO if you don't understand the business. How the business is operating, how the money is coming, how the money has been spent, so you can secure it.
Okay, this is really interesting, and really thank you for sharing this experience, Ian. And I have a question for you. And during your time as a regional CISO at Standard Bank, what were some of the most lessons you learned about risk management and resilience? This is really interesting. If you look that, I've been separated questions for you that go against your background and your past and cybersecurity and cybersecurity management risks and things like that. And this is really interesting because sometimes CISOs and C-levels have really a big difficulty to understand risk management. And let me know what's the critical lessons you learn about risk management and resilience when was basically regional CISO. This is my next question for you.
Of course, the bank. I mean, let me tell you what I learned the best in the bank.
Just one
I was
example.
responsible of multiple countries in Africa, in Middle East, and Pakistan.
Okay.
So look, Pakistan is a totally different Asia. Middle East, it sounds like one country, but there is like 10, 15 countries. Then Africa. Risk sometimes, if you go, for example, in UAE, budget is really not the issue. So you can easier convince the C-level to get the budget to whatever you need. But when you go to Africa, for example, spending money is more challenging because earning money is harder in some cases. The best thing what I learned while I was managing those multiple countries, that the challenges was different with central bank in Saudi Arabia compared with central bank in South Africa. Or when we built the business in Egypt, the challenges were different to what I had in Kuwait.
Yeah.
I think being regional CISO in a bank helped me to understand that each local, that's same like medical doctors. When you look at medical doctors, they all get the same 5-6 years education. Then someone will focus only and only on eyes, they become eye doctor. Someone focuses on hearts, they become cardiologs. Someone is focusing in brain. So I noticed that me working with multiple bodies, I was like the head doctor, which understands this of everything. It helped me. It helped me to learn that. I mean, this is probably same when I was in Australia, same when I was going to Asia, traveling and working with local businesses, local registrations, local governance. I noticed
you have different problems.
exactly.
Each
Like, for
country
example,
you have a problems totally
some
different.
of them had
each other.
kings. Some of them had. Some of the countries had some sheikhs. Some of them was democracy. Some of them pretended to be democracy. And as you know, you can do only risk management based on the laws. If a law said, for example, during pandemic, we all learned digital transformation is really important. Using the cloud is really important. But what if you have a government says nothing goes to the cloud? But this is not technology. Technology says we need to use the cloud. Otherwise, you cannot. Honestly, on-prem, you cannot do much things. For example, you cannot use Microsoft Threat Protection. Yuri was your guest, I know, if you're going to be on-prem. So sometimes it's not what you know. It's sometimes how you need to work with the local governments, registrations, to find the right aspect. It's when it comes to local countries, different one, it is really black. It doesn't mean black. Sometimes it's dark black. Sometimes it's gray. Sometimes when it's what I mean. It has multiple different meanings, and this is what I learned in the bank most. And then there are many CEOs, many. I was dealing with country CEOs. I was dealing with cluster CEOs. I was dealing with global CEO. So many C-levels, I learned how to politically talk to each other. Honestly, at Microsoft, I didn't have this opportunity. Everybody was IT mindset, but there, I had the great bankers, they didn't understand cybersecurity. Or that's my last job. I was working in a cybersecurity firm, which was once upon world's largest SSL authority. I noticed that even though everybody's cybersecurity mindset, there is still some issues that knowing too much cybersecurity means you forget the basics. Being too advanced, it doesn't mean you should forget the basics. So all this shaped me to be a better professionals, and all this helped me to get my books together with Yuri, for example, to be translated to 6 languages: Korean, Chinese, Russian, Polish, Turkish, German, and one more I forgot.
It's so many languages, bro. It's really amazing and awesome.
Because we put all this experience in.
Yeah, I'm really. How much more you talk? I really so more excited for that. I'm really surprised for that. Okay, for our audience, I never talked with Dr. Erdal before. This is my first conversation with him, and this is, to me, it's really a big surprise of about all the questions that I had before. And I have another question for you. It's a
Go ahead.
question.
Ask.
You establish red teams and drove threat intelligence initiatives. And let me know from your perspective, how do you see cybersecurity threats involving, okay, let me say in the 5 next years? I know that it's really hard to try to think in
That's
the
$1 million
future.
question. If I know
Yeah.
this answer, I will build the product and I'm going to be the next millionaire or billionaire.
Okay.
But one thing is for sure, AI is going to shape the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
If you asked me this question 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I would say, you know what, cloud. Today,
Okay.
you know, remember cloud shaped the world.
Yeah.
Even though everybody thought it was new, I'm like, hey, do you use Hotmail? Yes, this is cloud. Do you
Yeah.
use PlayStation? You know, do you have this? No, but
Yeah.
this is cloud. People
Yeah.
were surprised. Like, do you have a bank account? Yes, this is cloud. He's like, no, it's not cloud. I'm like, yes, it's cloud.
Yeah,
Where is your
this
money?
is
Is
cloud.
it in your safe in your house or is it in whatever bank, in Standard Chartered Bank in the safe? Yeah, same. AI is going to shape the future. So,
Okay.
should we be afraid of AI? Yes and no. Yes, because AI is so smart, it's going to cut jobs. AI is so smart, it's going to improve the cybersecurity attacks. AI is so smart, it's going to make defending challenging. But
Yeah.
if you use AI, if you learn how to use AI, if you utilize AI, you can, I mean, yes, look, AI is going to hurt us, that's for sure, in a good way or a bad way. But we still need humans at the moment to, even though Microsoft, Meta, they already started to replace software developers with AI, you still need, I believe, talent to how to operate the AI. It's like, look, let me give you an example. Cars been invented for 100 years, right? But you still see some horses, you still see even some donkeys in some poor countries. You know exactly what I mean. Maybe
Yeah.
people watching this in US, Germany not gonna understand me, but people
Exactly.
that watch in Africa, in Asia, Middle East, they're gonna understand me very well. Like, oh yeah, we still have, like, last week I was in Egypt. Just last week I was in Egypt for a conference, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't see a horse car for a long time. Only here in Central Park to get tourists out, but this was basically the guy was using still a horse car to sell some fruit, vegetables.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, it's really important to understand how it works, and understanding the human, using the intelligence with humans, it's gonna still be really important. And this is like one thing which I don't understand. Those multi-billion-dollar companies, they still make multi-billion dollars, but they still cut resources and replacing with AI, which is feasible.
Yeah.
But if we don't work together, like, again, look, here's an iPhone 15 and here's an iPhone 17. Besides the scratch camera, what is different? Better chip. You might wonder, why did you buy it? Honestly, in US, we have this free plan which upgrades me every 2 years. And I have to ship this back, put this inside this. But honestly, where is the innovation here? I don't see any innovation. Better cameras, better battery life. But when you look at the cars, isn't it the same? What has changed in the last 100 years?
Yeah.
When you were, Milton, you are half of my age. I think you are maximum 27, 28.
Yeah, I have
How old are you?
31. I am 31 years old.
31,
I am 31.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm close enough.
Are you
But when
complete
you were
32
little,
and September 30?
all right, happy birthday. When you were
Thank
little, you were imagining of flying cars. But same thing when I was little. Hey, we are nearly 2026. There is still no flying cars. Yeah, you see one taking off, but you know what I mean? It didn't change much. Phones, that's it. You know, after Steve Jobs, nothing is changing much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Same applies to Pixel, right? Same applies to, I can show you other phones. It is really important.
Another example was for example, when Bitcoin, it's Bitcoin, it's really another good example.
Yes, yes, I like it.
When people say, okay, Bitcoin, you be the future, people, okay, Bitcoin, it's okay, it's a technology coin, you be the future. Yeah, like you said, okay, a long time ago you said, okay, the future, you be the cloud, and right now you live the cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah. And my question for you was, what do you see the next 5 years?
That's what
And
I'm trying to explain. It's
yeah.
it's honesty, knowing. As long as you know how to deal with humans, as long as you know
Mm-hmm.
how to network, it's really important. It's like, it's not who you are, it's who you know. Like, how did you
Yeah.
reach out to me? Not because you are a great podcaster. Yes, you are a great podcaster. Don't
Thank
get
you.
me wrong.
Thank you
Not
for
because
that.
I'm a great CISO.
Yeah.
I'm not the best CISO. I know that. But
No,
we
no,
had a common
you
friend.
are you are a great
Thank you. You know what
sales.
I mean. Just an
Yeah, yeah.
example. We have a common friend. Sometimes it's that jump which connects people, and people who learn, people who study, people who uh, puts their skills into the hand, like practice,
Mm-hmm.
and people they know how to communicate with humans. Going to be always successful. As a
Mm-hmm.
product, honestly, I don't know what the answer is, but it's something to do. AI is a buzzword; it's gonna be in everything. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like being the orchestrator. It's really important. Having that mindset is really important. So investing in yourself is really important, my friend. And
Okay.
I don't know which product. Honestly, remember, I'm not a great businessman, but
Mm-hmm.
one thing is for sure: anything which can combine all of this is going to be successful. Let
Yeah.
me give you another example. Facebook. Was it
Yeah.
really new? No. Like, I know in Brazil, when you graduate from high school, you used to have
Yeah.
someone used
Mm-hmm.
to give you, some empty notebook. You used to write, "My dear
Yeah.
friend Milton, we had great." Or when you graduate from university, this guy,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg, with all my respect, of course, took it, put
Mm-hmm.
it online, and started to connect each other, and it became multi-billion-dollar company. He became
Yeah.
one of the richest men. Maybe an idea that we see every day is in front of us, putting it digitalized, putting it in the right way in front of us is going to change it. And I don't know what it is, but one thing is for sure, something to do with technology and human integrated is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything which
That.
bypasses human is not going to be successful, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I really agree with that. I think that AI can be used for both sides, like you said. AI can be used to the bad things and for the beautiful things. And I think that people needed to understand that uh, use AI right now, it's not a good thing. You just need to leverage what AI can help you to learn another things, to learn another language, like you said, it's how you know, it's how you are, how you know, and that this is really make a difference, and really this was another big insightful, and
Thank you.
leverage this question too, talking about cloud and multi-cloud environments, and you know that many companies are still struggling with when going to the cloud environment. What are the most common, in your opinion, of course, most common mistakes organizations make when implementing cloud security today? Because sometimes businesses just think, okay, right now, someone else told me, okay, I needed to take my service and take to Microsoft Azure or things like that. But uh, sometimes these businesses don't prepare it to cloud security. This is another world. And how do you see cloud security today?
The biggest issue is what we had 30 years ago, thinking everything is secured by default. I am now with Google Cloud, I'm with Microsoft Azure, I'm with Alibaba, I'm with Oracle. Doesn't make your cloud secure. Don't forget, cloud is a shared responsibility. If you're using PaaS, you have different responsibilities. If you're using SaaS or infrastructure, you name it, it has different responsibilities. It's like, when you go apply to a credit card, you see a free credit card. You in big writing. Then you click, you want to get it, very little, only for 2 minutes. I'm just making a joke, of course.
Yeah.
They have this little, when companies give you something for free, they make it big. When they take it off you, they make it small, so you don't see it. Free iPhone for $1 if you share me your credit card details. Hold on, is this not what scammers do? They give you free stuff. Back to your question, cloud is only secure if you understand how it works. Remember when I said when I joined the bank, I didn't know what banking was. I understand what banking is first. I spent 30 days to learn banking, trained by the bank, by the way, while I'm doing my full-time job. Then I could secure it. Same with cloud. If you don't know how the cloud operates, if you don't use, for example, encryption at rest, at transit, if you don't know how you connect to the cloud and you don't use the right protocols where man in the middle comes, if you use AWS and you have a bucket and you don't protect it, then cloud is unsecure. It's like, I keep saying this. Look, this is a very expensive pen, as you can see. It's a cheap pen.
Yeah.
If I keep them next to each other, which one I will lose faster in a public place? The cheap pen or the expensive one?
Yeah, the expensive plan, of course.
Same thing applies to your data. Let me give you another example. In your house, where do you hide your passports, your money? Right next to the door, or someone had to reach in the far distance in your house?
Yes, I really
applies to cloud. If you leave your door open, and it's a cloud, everybody can reach it.
Yeah.
If you don't, remember when LinkedIn was hacked 2012? They didn't have any salting. You know what I mean with salting. Basically cribbling the database, so people were able, thank you very much. Milton Arujola's password is this because it wasn't salted. Or bucket, if you share it as is in a bucket and you don't put the right necessary, if you don't use docking or whatever, then you're not going to be secure. Know how the technology works, know what the vendor is giving to you, and then know the dangers. Try to, as a cybersecurity professional, as a hacker, isn't that what you do? When you pass your OWAP exam or CP exam, they gave you the environment, they give you a task, they said hack it, nothing else. You can use Google, no problem. You can use ChatGPT, no problem, right? It was open environment. Your task was to hack that within certain time. How? This is up to you. You could use cheating, or you could just use the right method. And as long as you know what to do, you will pass the exam. Same thing applies to cloud. As long as you know what to do, you, as much as possible, you protect the data in the cloud. Will be my last word for this. Otherwise, I can talk all day.
Yeah,
Does this answer the question for you?
Yeah, it's really totally makes sense, absolutely. But people yet are okay. Let me say like all the cybersecurity professionals says, all the most part of cybersecurity say that the human factors is always seen as a weakest link. In your experience, what is the most effective way to build a real security first culture inside organizations? Because okay, sometimes you invest a lot of in technology, in cybersecurity, and things like that. But sometimes businesses forget to awareness, forget to people. And in your opinion, in your experience, of course, what the most effective way to implement the first culture inside the organizations?
Get them involved. Then you, for example, everybody knows, October is coming, Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Here's training videos. If like, let's say you work for me in the bank, okay, or right now in the university. If like you are a cybersecurity professional, and then I have the CEO who is a sales guy, then I have the CFO as a finance guy. If you all watch the same video, do not click in phishing, what will you do?
Yeah, this is
As Milton, you will laugh at me. I'm like, really? Are you teaching me this? Look at the certificates which I have.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one of the biggest mistakes. We treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
We give the same video to everybody.
Exactly.
You should, as a cybersecurity expert, have a cybersecurity awareness video based on your average skill set. You cannot create 5,000 different videos, right?
Yeah.
IT department should have different video. A sales department should have different video. Finance department should have different video. You should have multiple different videos and get them involved. This is the biggest key. I mean, everybody says, cybersecurity awareness. How can you make me aware if I don't understand you?
Yeah, for sure.
Or
Makes
you
sense.
understand me? Like, seriously, I remember doing some cybersecurity awareness training. I don't want to mention the company that I was working for. I'm like, hey, I created this video. It's my video, and you asked me to watch this video. Like, really? And they were forcing me. Of course, I wasn't watching. I was like, hey, it's me speaking in the video. I swear to God, and I had to do it as well. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a fail, in my opinion. So it's like if you give, let's say you have nut allergy, and I cook a food for everybody with nuts, and I force you to eat it, what's going to happen to you? Not good. Or you don't eat pork, you want halal food, or you want Jewish food, or you want Indian food, which no meat. I have to know to be able to give as a good chef, I have to know what you like. If you don't like
barbecue, this is my first.
Yeah, that's the example, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You like barbecue, but you have a high cholesterol. If I don't know that and I force you to eat barbecue, it's not good for you. So back to this, as a CISO, as a cybersecurity professional like yourself, like if you ask me the same basic question that you ask, if you ask me what is MFA, how do you use MFA, I'm like, really? Is this what you called me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ask interesting questions, which, of course I can answer those as well. But honestly, I enjoyed every second so far in that thing as well, because you asked the right question, because you studied me well. And as a CISO, I have to understand my people well to be able to train them. And if I train them well, they will be more aware. They will contribute into security and make security better, because I cannot create a cybersecurity culture without getting them involved.
Yeah, this is really, really, really interesting. And okay, you have really, really many histories, many experience, and you have been authored several books, including one book that I take note here. That's called Cybersecurity: The Beginner's Guide and Cybersecurity Leadership Demystified. And this is, I think that the same question I did for Yuri, that what inspired you to write them? Because, okay, when you decide to write books, and okay, this is my opinion, of course. I want to in the future write books too, and then this depends. I really needed to, of course, I have many experience with cybersecurity. I have a lot of certifications and things like that. But stay okay. Meet with you right now really give me a big experience and really inspired me to go ahead with another projects and go ahead with my podcast. Uh, but right now, my think it's really take more experience from people like you. You really can give me really, and can share your experience with me, of course, and I appreciate it for that. But what inspired you to write them? Because it's not about money, I know. Because uh,
Definitely not.
this area, it's really hard for people. For example, let me before you answer this question. For example, I'm from Brazil, and the most part of people there don't speak English. You know, the most part of people that just speak Portuguese, that our main language. But okay, let me say the major of uh, the the have material are in English. And then, okay, I know many cybersecurity professionals there that have a good knowledge in, but when you talk in Portuguese, but when you they needed to go to talk in English and things like that, bro, it's a big problem. And for example, they can't leverage books for books that you wrote, for example. And what inspired you to write them? Because it's not about money, I know that.
100%. The very first book which I wrote was Implementing and Administration Windows Server 2012. It was for Microsoft. It was a Microsoft official curriculum. Basically a technical book. Click here, step-by-step guide. Then,
I read
can
them.
turn my camera right now. You will see I have a huge library. I love reading.
Yeah.
And I read many good books and many bad ones. Every time I read a bad book, I'm like, I'm not gonna do the same mistake. Like the books that you mentioned were bestsellers for years, even after like Cybersecurity Beginner's Guide was published 4 years ago, and even today it's in top 100. And don't forget, not too many. I mean, the book has been pirated more than it has sold, and you know what I mean. I can see. I know so many pirate websites. I have downloaded it. I really don't care because, as you said, I didn't write it for money. What made my books successful, in my opinion, is I wanted to give what people need.
Yeah.
You know, why are you buying a book? Like, why are you buying a phone? Why are you buying bread? Why are you buying this microphone? Because you need something. You are hungry. You need to write. You need to call. You need to look cool. I'm just making up. Books need to teach you something. And that's why, for example, Cybersecurity Attack and Defense Strategies version 2 had labs, step-by-step labs on it, which made it successful. Or Beginner's Guide, I try to give, everybody says, I want to do certification. Will this help me in a job? Yes, it will help you in a job, but it will not help you to pass the interview.
Yeah.
Like, it will help me to come to this podcast, but if I don't answer the question well, I'm not going to impress you. As a result, not too many people is going to watch it. An example.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, everybody's building cars, but you said you like Porsche. Hey, you know what? Bugatti goes as fast. Hey, I know it's a Volkswagen group, same group, but don't worry, just example. But there is some unique features which makes this car appealing to you. And when it comes to books, there is more than 1 million different books, right? I try to make it as unique, as appealing as possible. So when you read it, you get what you need. Of course, some of the books didn't do well. Some of the books did extremely well. Like, if you ask me, the best book that I wrote is Learn Social Engineering. But it didn't sell that well. But to be honest, if you don't know social engineering, everything else is useless. Social engineering is the heart of cybersecurity, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really because to conduct really a good social engineer, really you needed to have really a big confidence. It's not only take your phone and make a call. You
I
really
didn't just write technical, by the way. I wrote how human thinks,
how
neuroscience
exactly.
as well. And this is my biggest luck was during my PhD, during my master's, I spent really lots of time on this because my PhD was also about social engineering. And I worked with medical doctors to understand how human think, how human act, how human responses, how human thinks. Because once I know the human, I keep giving the same example. Probably you didn't hear it before. Like, do you know that you have all the certifications? Tell me. Now I'm gonna ask you, what is the first social engineering attack that you know of?
Mm,
Milton?
oh, yeah, in my career,
No,
okay,
no.
my
And when you
okay,
studied, you
okay.
know what is the very first social
Kevin
engineering
Mitnick,
attack?
Kevin Mitnick,
Kevin
yeah,
Mitnick.
yeah, exactly. In my time, just Kevin
By the way,
Mitnick
Kevin
was,
Mitnick, rest in peace. He also
yeah,
recommended my book, Learn Social Engineering. I said no, go way earlier.
yeah, for course,
You
for
know
sure.
what the first social engineering attack was?
No,
Adam and Eve.
Adam, I really never
Yeah,
listened to this
you
before.
are a believer, right? You
Yeah.
believe, you try to do good stuff in this world, and when you die, hopefully you hope to go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? I don't
Yeah.
know. You can just imagine Adam and Eve. They were in heaven. They had everything. Then the devil came, based on the Bible, based on Quran, based on Zevrat. Then the
Mm-hmm.
devil came, said, "Hey Eve, there is a beautiful apple tree. Hey Eve,
Mm-hmm.
why are you eating apple? You have everything else already. Now remove the devil, put social engineer. The devil social engineered Eve, saying free iPhone, free
Mm-hmm.
Apple. She had
Yeah.
many, but she still gone clicked. As a result, in my opinion, this is the very first social engineering attack.
Yeah.
And it is now a DNA. Adam and Eve are, I mean, you don't have to be a believer for the people they're watching, but you know the story. Or you might be a Buddhist, you don't believe in Adam and Eve, but you hear the story. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what happens today. You have an iPhone, like I have 3 phones here already, right? But I still, many people have multiple phones today, but when they see free iPhone for $1, they still click.
Yeah.
Or
They
99%
don't
discount.
resist. Just click on
I
that.
am your cousin in Nigeria, the prince, your father's cousin's neighbor's daughter died, and I'm gonna give you $1 billion. But send me $100. I'm like, okay, take the $100 out, send me the rest of the money. No, 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 you have to send me $100, and people do send $100. Right?
Yeah. This is really happen
Or
all the time.
Bitcoin is $100,000 for today only. You're gonna get it for $2,000. Really? I'm gonna say, isn't it too good to believe? And same thing, because I blame Adam and Eve for that. If they didn't fall to that trick, we wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
today these issues. And back to what you said, of course, with all my respect, Kevin
Yeah.
Mitnick was the very,
Yeah, this is
number
okay.
one.
I really sad Kevin meeting because okay.
Imagine he
Yes.
didn't go to phone call.
Yeah.
He was watching
Yeah.
FBI while FBI watching them. But that is the first attack. And sometimes we have to think outside of the box. Is my answer for all your questions. If we think outside of the box, if we
Mm-hmm.
know how human operates, if we know how technology operates, then we can be good on what we are. And this is
Yeah.
what I try to give in my books, in my sessions, in my
Mm-hmm.
podcast. I try to engage people. I don't know if you noticed, you are here to ask me questions, but I started to ask you questions. And this is
Mm-hmm.
because we started, no, I believe I know how human thinks. And I try
Mm-hmm.
to interact and make this more interesting to help people watch and learn
Yeah.
whatever they can.
Exactly, for sure. And if you had to recommend one skill or one mindset shift to
Social
young
engineering.
prof. Yeah, yes, yeah, for sure.
That's
One
easy.
skill to shift to professions. It's really easy. Okay, this
And,
is already
what I
already
would
answered.
recommend is learn how to deal with humans.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes you build the best technology of the world. I keep saying that. Let's say, here's my watch. I press the button. Pew! We are now in 2050. You go to shops or technology, Microsoft, whatever, you get the latest and greatest technology. You press the button. Boom! You are back in 2025. You implement this technology. If you don't know how to use it, is it good for you?
Yeah.
Let's say I give you a free F-16 jet, but you don't know how to fly it.
Yeah, exactly. This does not make sense for me because I
So-
really don't know how to fly with that.
So any technology you use, including AI, is built by humans.
Yeah.
And I have a beautiful TED talk. Go and watch it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is 7 rules to be successful. 1,
Mm-hmm.
don't believe in everything you see. You know, a simple phishing email, for example.
Mm-hmm.
2, everything made by humans is hackable. If it's made by human, it's going to be hacked.
Okay.
3, I'm going to summarize it. I don't want to go 7. 3, know how to interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
And 4, if you forget the first 3 rules, always go back to first. Never believe on everything what you see. Like, did you see in social media anybody saying, like, did you go to LinkedIn, see everybody saying, yeah, I'm a bad employee, don't hire me? Or did you ever went to a shop saying, don't buy this phone because this one has issues? Nobody will tell you this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody is going to try to better side of them. Even
Yeah.
and I can see you are married from your ring. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah.
you first met your partner,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't tell that you like to sleep a lot or study a lot. You spend lots of times with computers. I can tell that from what
Yeah.
is behind you.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
probably she's not happy. She's complaining.
Yeah.
You spend so much time with computers, podcast. Even though this is helping the house income somehow.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because, you know, while my wife supports me, just an example, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you spend so much time that, hey, once you understand how women thinks or human things, you know, then you know how to create the best defense strategy. You know how to create best attack strategy. You know how to create best mitigation strategy. You know how to create best risk strategy. You know, if you don't know how to drive, then you're gonna hit the wall for sure. Will be my short answer.
Yeah.
After
This is
speaking 10 minutes, I give you one sentence. I hope you like it.
and I have a question.
Go
Are
ahead.
you how it's really a joke, but are you hacking me now?
No.
No?
If I say
Okay.
yes, I will be legally in trouble.
Okay, for sure.
But check your bank accounts.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes,
Is your password 73? Oh, no, just
oh
kidding.
my god. This
Of
is
course not.
really it's really a joke, but thank you for that again.
I know. You
Uh,
know what I mean? And even if I hack you, if I tell you I hacked you, then I'm going to be, you know what I mean?
yeah.
If someone is hacking you, nobody's going to tell you I'm hacking you.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, one of my biggest challenges during my PhD, you know, I was trying to create a social, you know, I was writing about social engineering years ago. They're like, oh, it's not ethical. I couldn't pass the ethical committee. I'm like, dear professor, how can I tell you that, dear Milton, I'm going to hack you. Click in this. But just for the sake to teach how hacking is. Of course you're going to click on it. So I'm like, this is social engineering, you know, you cannot tell. But promise, once they click, I'm going to teach them. And I had big challenges, you know.
Yeah.
Once you tell, hey, I'm here to rob you, will you open the door? No. I'm here to steal your microphone. Will you invite me to your house? No. So you should make it in a way that I'm there, your friend. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Devil. He had a secret agenda. He fought with God. He said, I'm going to take all humanity with me to hell. And God gave him permission. And he went straight to Eve. Hey, Eve, there is a beautiful apple tree.
Mm-hmm.
He pretended someone who is helping. Or remember Snow White? The witch was giving Snow White an apple. Again, an apple.
Yeah.
Where she bited. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But the free apple was really not free. She had a hidden agenda. like that phishing URL that you send for simulation. And people clicked. You had an agenda. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, hack this and I'm going to steal your bank account. So did I hack you?
Yeah, exactly. This is really can be used to hack people. It's really interesting again. And looking ahead, what excites you to the most about the future of cybersecurity? And okay, you said that I really spend a lot of time, a lot of nights here in my officer, but I know that you keep awake at night too. And let me know what keep you awake at night. This is really interesting. Not for me, but people need to know. Our audience have a curious behind Dr.
Erdal
Erdal. You know
Ozkaya.
exactly.
You forgot my name, I know.
Yeah, no. I
No,
don't
no,
forget.
pronunciation,
This is
pronunciation. Don't
yeah,
worry.
exactly.
Let me answer.
Yeah.
What keeps me awake at night? Let me give you an example. Look at my PhD, 2018. I was working for Microsoft. I was traveling more than 250 days a year outside of home. Because all this WannaCry attacks, you read it in the news. NotPetya happened. When NotPetya happened, I was in Ukraine. You read it in the news, I was there for mitigation. Or you read all this companies been hacked. While this happening, I was my team from Microsoft with the dark team, as a cybersecurity architect to help them to get out of it. Or I was an architect to help them to do proactive solutions. In the meantime, I did PhD. Or in the meantime, I wrote books. What keeps me awake is my motivation is, to be honest, helping people. 25 years career, 25 books translated to so many languages, 2 kids, having a great career. What kept me at night awake is, beside trying to be secure, is trying to learn more. Wanted to share, passing my experience. That's why I attend this podcast. That's why I fly all across the world to speak in conferences. That's why I write the books. That's why I try to do my own podcast as well. I try to share because I know.
And I really
We are
appreciate it for
only
that. I really
better
appreciate.
together. We are
Yeah,
only better
exactly.
together, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember my first opening statement? We can only mitigate cybercrime if we work together.
Together, exactly.
There is no other way. No other way that we can. Look, money is important. I cannot buy this. I cannot buy my environment. Money is important, but money is not everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I'm going to die one day, and I cannot take everything with me. It's my job to ensure my kids have secure education, but it's also my job to leave something behind me. I want people to remember me good. I try to be a good person. I try to live, I might die in 5 seconds, but my book's going to be in the public libraries for years. My work is going to be internet for years, even though internet changes. National Library says copy of my books. I know that in Australia, in Germany, in Turkey, in US, many libraries digitally has. Someone can always research. Hey, look, I already started to leave some marks in the world, and I don't know if you saw it. Someone tattooed my face into the arm. I don't know if you saw it on social media. As thank you. Somehow I helped this guy. I don't even remember how. He tattooed my face into his arm. Like, I cannot buy this for money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I believe I did some good faith, and some of them is paying. Thanks God, I drive a beautiful car. I have any technology. Yes, for that I worked hard. But I know many billionaires. Look at Steve Jobs when he died.
Yeah.
One of the biggest regrets is, hey, I had everything but no health. He died a billionaire.
Exactly, for sure.
He died a billionaire. I mean, yes, he left a great legacy, right? Look, we're still using his products. He left a great legacy, but just an example. When you read his last words, I wish I did this. I wish I had to do this. You know what I mean? So I try
Yeah.
to also read this and try not to learn from their mistakes and minimize the mistakes that I do. Saying that I'm a human, I'm doing mistakes. I know that.
Yeah, I learn it. I learn it every time when I talk with you, and they really appreciate for your time. And they
Pleasure, my friend.
finally, if you could leave one piece of advice to organization or individual listen to us today, what would it be? What advice you give us?
Be humble. Never
Okay.
stop learning. And don't forget, sharing is caring. I'm not saying share everything. Know how to share, when to share, and sometimes it's who to share. This is you said one, but I gave three.
Mm-hmm.
Being humble. You're gonna die one
Mm-hmm.
day, my friend. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah,
die one day.
yes.
Maybe in 500 years, I don't know. Maybe technology is gonna change, but you're gonna die
Mm-hmm.
one day.
Yeah.
Even Jesus Christ is gonna come back to
Okay.
die. All
Yeah.
right. For the ones that are not Christians, just
Yes, I
search at
agree.
least
I
how
agree
many
with
people
that.
they believe. I'm not here to teach
Yeah,
religion.
I believe too.
You know you're gonna die. Live your best, do your best, and leave the rest to the karma.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And really appreciate your time. This is really it's been an absolutely honor to have you here with
Thank you,
us
Newton. Thank you.
today. Thank you for share your insights, your journey, and your vision for the future of cybersecurity. And to our listen, don't forget to check it out. Dr. Erdal. It's really hard. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
Erdal is exactly Erdal books, his talks, and of course follow him online for more inspiration. I
I'm
really
everywhere in social media. You can find me LinkedIn, X. I have a blog, erdalozkaya.com. You can find me everywhere. If you want, let's
please
get connected.
yeah, exactly. Please follow him. Please follow him. And like I said to you too, this house it's your house too. I really
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
your time. I really appreciate that you fastly accepted my invitation here. My podcast. It's small so far, but I really agree, uh, and I believe that with people like you can help the community grow. It's not my podcast code, but community grow with people like you. I really honored to have you here today, and
Thank you, Newton.
for all the people are listen or watching this episode, don't forget to share this episode with all the people, to follow Dr. Erdal.
And
And
Milton as well, of course.
exactly, thank you for that. And please see you in the next time of the Air19.io podcast. Thank you again, Doctor, and see you in the next time. Bye.